Good morning, class. I hope everybody is well rested from our field trip yesterday at the museum. We had a wonderful experience with taking a look at all of the many artists that created self-portraits using a photograph and charcoal. So I'm hoping that inspires you to for today's lesson. And we will be going over again what to do to complete your self-portrait, what supplies you'll need, and we will also discuss the grid system and how you can use that to create your self-portrait. So if there aren't any further questions, we will begin by taking a look at the orientation of how you will be creating your own self-portrait. Okay, class, so today we will take our charcoal paper and complete our self-portrait. And you can take your photograph where you have your lines in place, and I will be doing a demo on that shortly after we discuss this, and then completing this onto your charcoal paper. And you can place your photograph in the vertical or the horizontal. Either do vertically or horizontally. You can take your photograph, and if your photograph is vertical, then you can place it in the vertical position, or if it's horizontal, then just change it to the and make it horizontal. Okay, so let's get our supplies ready. Since you are high school students now, it is you're probably very proficient in using the rubric and how it has helped you to complete your projects. And in this case, the self-portrait, using each of the parts of the rubric will probably enhance your self-portrait to the best as it could be. Okay, so these are the items that you will need to complete this self-portrait. Your charcoal here, and your kneadable eraser, a blender, a pencil, a ruler, your charcoal paper, and this is the type of charcoal paper, and then your photograph. And that's what you will need to make your self-portrait. Okay, so I'm going to do a short demo on using your photograph and creating lines on your photograph, which is a grid system, and we've discussed this before, but this is just a refresher. So that you can use this grid system onto your charcoal paper to create your self-portrait. So you want to divide your photograph in halves, diagonally, horizontally, and vertically. So create the lines for the diagonal, and then the horizontal, vertical, and horizontal. So after you've gotten your lines in place, and you can create more lines so that your boxes or triangle areas are smaller, and it is much easier to see the smaller area and transfer that onto your charcoal paper because you'll only have this much area to transfer over, rather than using a big, huge, just one whole area. So it as you get into drawing and using your charcoal onto the charcoal paper, you'll be able to see how much easier it is if you have more boxes and triangles in your grid system. So if there's not any other questions, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now.